Hello everyone and welcome once again to the Global Business Update with TA. From Vietnam to USA, work strikes and E1 workers not returning back to office seems to be a major problem in Vietnam. Many workers who left the city during the lockdowns are not returning, which is having a major impact on production of some massive global brands including top fashion brands like Nike, and in USA, brands like Kellogg's. Well, their workers are on strike for better pay and better work conditions. Looks like inflation, or rather stagflation this time due to lack of supply, is definitely going to be on the rise. Meanwhile, we see Japan stepping up their game when it comes to chip manufacturing. The lack of peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait is pushing the global chip supplies into some kind of a doldrum, and meanwhile, we also see that some of the planned chip factories in UK by companies such as Sony are in fact being cancelled due to Brexit. So as a result, we see Japan is trying to enter into the game in a big way. In fact, one of the recent upcoming factories, which is set to open around 2023-24, has been given a $7 billion subsidy by the government. Global chip shortage is a problem and Japan is definitely trying to cash in. Meanwhile, we also see that in India, the usual Diwali buyer behavior is shifting from purely just gold into newer assets and commodities, for example, diamonds, stocks, and even, you guessed it right, cryptocurrency. Some of the big Bollywood names such as Amitabh Bachchan are behind some of the top crypto platforms, and as a result, we clearly see that Indians are spending their money on some of these newer types of assets. How it will work out, what kind of financial implications will be there, only time will tell, but the buyer behavior trends of Diwali are surely changing. There is also more news from India about Dream11. Dream11, one of their, or Dream11 as they call it, one of their top gaming platforms and also platforms which are used for player management type of games and dream leagues, various teams which they try to build and manage for various sports. Well, that platform has been banned in some of the states. The decision comes as some of the Supreme Courts in certain states are saying that it's more of a game of chance than a game of skill, and this tends to get applied in general to a lot of digital sports, although there are some games such as chess, which is definitely games of skill. Either way, Dream11 is getting mixed signals from their different high courts of the different states in India, and only time will tell whether this dream keeps flying or fades away. The EU has given the ultimatum to UK when it comes to Northern Ireland, and they have proposed to halve some of the restrictions and the paperwork that is there when it comes to imports and exports between Northern Ireland and the EU, especially when it comes to live animals and plants, and at the same time cutting down up to about 80% of some of the tariffs. If that doesn't work out too, looks like a hard border which will definitely inconvenience more people doing business as well as add to the supply chain problems will definitely be inevitable. Let's see how that develops. LVMH, Louis Vuitton Montpensier, the largest luxury group in the world, their third quarter sales of luxury goods has beaten the estimates that they had earlier, which is an indication that despite some of the concerns about demand from China and some of the supply chain related worries, the luxury sector is set to bounce back strongly. And this also brings more good news for some of the other brands like Burberry, and all of their earnings and share price performance reporting is set to come anytime this week. On a final note, PricewaterhouseCoopers, or better known as PwC, is on the radar for their reporting with regard to Evergrande. The audit firm did not indicate any signs of poor performance or any signs of possible bankruptcy or delinquency when they reported or when they signed off the management figures 6 months back. And this kind of follows a pattern where even in the UK, some of the companies like Thomas Cook, which kind of went bankrupt overnight, or they announced their seizure of operations all of a sudden, even they have been audited by PwC about 6 months to 1 year back. Clearly goes on to show the question is being raised, to what extent is PwC as a responsible auditor challenging the numbers and figures presented to them by their clients. While all this has been happening over the last few years, only from Evergrande itself, they've earned easily more than $40 million and it's definitely a question whether they are being responsible for the numbers they are signing off. And with that, this is Tara Sekara signing off for this week. No matter what business you may be in, stay safe and have a profitable week ahead.